springtime is here, let's gather round and travel in our minds so far and free to once upon a time, that's where things happen. Come along with me and see. Come on, everybody, gather round. Did you ever break a promise or have somebody break a promise to you? Like you promised to be friends forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And the very next day you have a fight and you're not friends anymore. Or you promise your very best friend that you'd share a bowl of ice cream and you're eating away, and towards the end you're kind of hungry still, so you eat it all real fast. Well, that's breaking a promise. It's giving somebody your word that something will happen, and then it doesn't happen. It can be very disappointing. Now, a long time ago, a man was promised something, not by just one person, but a whole town promised him something. And what do you suppose happened? In the walls and under the floors, across the ceiling, behind the doors, gnaw and nibble and scurry and squeak. Noses twitch and beady eyes peek. Whiskers whisk and skinny tails squiggle, making every shadow wiggle. The laundry's folded nice and flat. You turn around and there's a rat. Behind the stove and under the bed, in the closets and out in the shed, gnaw and nibble and scurry and squeak. Noses twitch and beady eyes peek. Whiskers whisk and skinny tails squiggle, making every shadow wiggle. Now Grandpa wants his Sunday hat. You pick it up and there's a rat. Under the woodpile, under the stairs, behind the sofa and under the chairs, gnaw and nibble and scurry and squeak. Noses twitch and beady eyes peek. Whiskers whisk and skinny tails squiggle, making every shadow wiggle. You better look before you've sat, or you will sit upon a rat. In the garden, under the roots, in the dumb waiters and laundry chutes, gnaw and nibble and scurry and squeak. Noses twitch and beady eyes peek. Whiskers whisk, skinny tails squiggle, making every shadow wiggle. The Venus schnitzel's ripe and fat. You take a bite and there's a rat. And so the word came from the top. This foolishness has got to stop. So it was in the town of Hamlin that the mayor met with his council to see what could be done about the terrible plague of rats.
All right, gentlemen, let's review the situation here now. Koppelman, let's have your report on the cats. How are the cats working out?
Well, we got 100 of them last week, Your Honor, but they aren't much good. These rats, they're so tough. They chase the cats right up the tree like they were dogs. That's what they do. The cats have all left, sir. It's turned around from what it should be. The rats have gotten rid of the cats.
Well, let's see. Well, that's not too good. Muscleman, what about the traps?
The traps, yes. We built 1,000 traps, several different kinds. We got our best carpenters working on them and our smartest engineers designing them. They were good traps, sir, the very best.
And?
Well, the rats are smarter than the engineers. They sprung all the traps and got all the cheese. Not one of them got caught.
The traps caught nothing?
Well, not if you don't count one of the cats, or Bartholomew's thumb, or Maggie Schultz's foot.
Very discouraging indeed. Weisenheimer, I don't suppose you've had any better results with the poison.
Oh, no, sir. People are going desperate. They're trying to club them with picks and shovels. It's funny to watch, except that it's so sad. The rats are like quicksilver. They are so very, very fast. You'll never lay a shovel on the likes of them. But for Hans here, Hans, you should have seen Hans, the master at swordplay he is. Well, you should have seen him after the rats in the yard. The laundry was hanging on the line. Slash, jab, 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 slash. Oh, he was magnificent. Let me tell you, he stabbed an apron to the heart. He wounded 2 pairs of hose in the legs and killed, he killed his best Sunday cloak dead in shreds. That is not very funny. Well, has your wife agreed to mend any of it yet? My wife just sits and cries.
All right, now, all right. So nothing seems to be working. Do you know what's going to happen if we don't get something to work? We will be out of a job.
That's what. This town expects us to come up with an answer. Better traps. Get these people to make better traps. No, more poison. No, 1,000,000 cats. No. That would mean nothing but greater failure.
All right. Let's just have everybody move away from here. Let's just build Hamlin someplace else. Gentlemen, this kind of thing is getting us nowhere, and we'd better not leave this room without coming up with an answer.
Suddenly, everyone became silent. So intent were the mayor and his councilman upon their problem, they had not noticed the stranger. He was tall and thin and dressed in a suit, red on one side and yellow on the other. He had found the door to the building open. He passed the sleeping constable in the hall and now stood in the doorway. He watched everything that was going on, and there was a twinkle in his eye, and a smile grew as he listened. I can get rid of your rats. His words cut the silence. The mayor and all the councilmen turned to face them.
Who are you?
You need not know my name, only what I do, and I can get rid of your rats. Noticing the silver pipe that hung around the stranger's neck, the mayor said,
Are you a Pied Piper? That's what you are. Half yellow, half red? Well, all right, Mr. Pied Piper. How do you intend to solve this thing?
Promise me 1,000 guilders and you will see.
1,000 guilders? We'll give you 50,000 to make those rats go away.
And so the piper left the town hall and started down the road that ran through the town and out towards the river Weser. He lifted the pipe to his lips and started to play. As he did so, all over Hamlin there started a rustling, and it grew into a low rumble. Then it became louder and louder. Rats poured out of every crack and cranny until they filled the streets from curb to curb, all following the magic music from that silver pipe. The Pied Piper stopped walking when he came to the Weser River. But he continued to play until every last rat ran on into the river and drowned. Then he returned to the town hall to collect his pay. The mayor and his council were there before him now, discussing what they should do.
Well, gentlemen, the rats are gone, thank goodness, but, oh dear, think of all the vine, the cheese, and the grain the rats have taken. We're poor enough now without paying the piper 1,000 guilders.
Who ever heard of such a price for one tune?
Why, well, the king's drummer doesn't get 1/10 of that for a year's work.
When the Pied Piper appeared, the mayor handed him the money. Something's wrong here. You promised me 1,000 guilders. I count here only 50.
A joke, a joke, a manner of speaking. You see, I'm paying you well over the going rate for any tune, you certainly must know.
The Pied Piper set his jaw and his eyes grew hard as flint. 1,000 guilders you promised. I'll take no less. The mayor's face became just as hard.
Then you will take none. The deal is 50.
All right. I shall pipe another tune. A tune that Hamlin will long remember. Again, the silver notes of the pipe were heard in Hamlin. Where are you going? You haven't finished your milking, a father called to his son. In another part of town, a mother cried after her daughter, Where are you taking the baby? Don't leave the gate open. You'll leave the chickens out. And now another sound swelled through the streets of Hamlin. The sounds of running, skipping, dancing feet, of high-pitched, joyful laughter. The children were following the Pied Piper. Oh, no. But on they came, the shining curls, the freckled faces, the rosy cheeks, the teeth like pearls, some with pearls missing, towards the river. Oh no, please, no. The piper turned abruptly and headed towards Koppelberg Mountain. The rocky face of it stood squarely in their path.
This is a joke. Some kind of a joke. They have to turn back. The mountain, it's in the way.
But the piper slowed his pace not at all. As he approached, a crack appeared, and a door slid back. In went the piper, and in ran the children merrily after the wonderful music. And then the great door closed. Gone was the piper. Gone all the children of Hamlin, save one. A little boy, too lame to follow the dancers, came limping back. Did you hear the pipe? Mama, Papa, did you hear the words it made in your head? Son, we heard a pretty tune, but no words in our head. Oh, there were words so clear. I think I can remember them. Come out and follow me. Yes, that's what the pipe said. Yes, it said, come out and follow me. There is so much for you to see. I'll take you to a magic place. Fall in behind and match my pace. Into the mountain we will go, and you will see where fruit trees grow, with spring green leaves that never drop. The sugar-coated apple crop is always ripe, the blossoms too. They bloom with the apples always new. And no rain will make you stop your play, but there's a rainbow every day. The sun is warm, the air is cool, and always near a forest pool beneath a lazy waterfall, where you may plunge. Oh, hear my call. Come out and come along, and you'll be glad you heard my song. The forest animals are tame, and soon you'll know them all by name. The birds will come into your hand, and winged horses come to land. And wait until you mount, then fly, as you hang on into the sky, to clouds where white and fluffy billows can be bounced upon, like feather pillows. I know you'll find whereof I speak, these clouds are good for hide and seek. But when you tire of this, just go and find a sunbeam waiting, so. And you can slide back down and then be flown back up to slide again. Every day the sun arises. There will be some new surprises. Come to the land where honeybees make honey sweet in all the trees, who only buzz and never sting. Come where you will learn to sing with nightingales to teach you how. So come along with me right now to play with elves and lovely fairies in fields of flowers and strawberries. And Mama, Papa, when the door in the mountain opened, I could see it. The sugar apples and the blossoms all on the same tree, and the rainbow was there, and the sunbeams, and the children were sliding, and the animals were waiting. But I wasn't quick enough, and the door closed, and I couldn't get in. Alas for the lame boy who lived with only the piper's song to remember. Alas for Hamlin, so quiet, with no children's voices. This took place a long, long time ago. But from that day to this, the people of Hamlin have always been good to their word. And when they pay, no matter to whom, they call it paying the piper. It's a reminder. Maybe you've heard someone say that. Story time is done, and so goodbye, until it's time to gather round again. It's kind of hard to wait, but we will try, and hope that we will see you then.